Apathy, greed, power, Batman Beyond. Okay, I kid you not. When I was a little kid and Batman Beyond was on TV, this is an actual conversation that happened in my house. Number one Marmaduke and number one Marmadad saw that theme song on TV, and number one Marmaduke said, "Apathy, greed, power. This sounds like a terrible show." And then number one Marmaduke dad said, "That's the stuff he's fighting, see? And now here's all the good stuff he's fighting." My childhood was great. All right, so Batman Beyond books. I saw these. I said, "Oh, I read the floppies of these last year." I didn't. I bought the trade paperbacks last year, read them, gave them away to kids somewhere. So I've actually read all of these, and I actually already have reviews for them up on my channel. So I won't repeat that. I'll link to that video. But I reread these two Batman Beyond books, and I enjoyed them the second time. And I realized something about these two that I didn't say in my first review. Batman Beyond, Brave New Worlds, and City of Yesterday is basically DC doing this old Snoop Dogg meme where DC says, "Yo, I heard you like it when we screw up your favorite characters. So we're going to screw up your favorite character by screwing up a different one of your favorite characters." It's Batman Beyond, but it's not Terry McGinnis. Max almost gets no screen time at all. Their bright idea was to bring Tim Drake, one of the Robins, into the future and have him be Batman Beyond. So they're screwing up a character I like, Terry McGinnis, by screwing over another character I like, Tim Drake, by not letting him be Batman, Robin, so they got to make him Batman. So despite that being like the worst sell for a Batman Beyond book ever, these are two really, really good books, and you should check them out. Check out my review if you want more information about these two. I will change one little thing I said in my old review. In my old review, I got triggered because Superman has like this weird kind of communist speech, and I had the thought, oh, wait a second, maybe this is like a setup where they're going to come back in Volume 3, and Superman's going to be evil, and Batman's going to have to fight him. So Volume 2 is either commie filth, or it's great anti-commie stuff that's just being subtle and building up to Volume 3. I don't know, because I better hope my library has Volume 3 so I can know if this is commie filth or not. But actually, a really strong review. Bernard Chang didn't do a very good job crediting the artists in this. Stephen Thompson. There's some amazing variant covers that they don't credit very well at all. But the art is kick butt. The action is really driving and excellent. These were really fun to reread. Okay, I'm only going to do one issue from this collection, Batman Beyond, Batgirl Beyond. So let's address the elephant in the room. Like, YouTube has already been blessed with thousands and thousands of videos about SJW comics. So I'm not going to rehash all that. All I'm going to say is a sneer is one of the most unpleasant facial expressions you can give a character. Now they say, oh, well, Batman's always scowling and looking moody on covers. Yeah, he's scowling, which means he's looking firm. This is a sneer. She's lifting up her nostril and curling her lip like there's a turd right under her mouth. And when you see that expression, because people are empathetic, you make that expression and you start seeing the cockroaches or seeing the dog droppings right on your shoe. It feels gross. So the DC is basically saying, ew, ew, hey guys, want to read this? I don't know. Oh, gee, are you sure? Well, maybe those hips, but all right. It is okay. There's like a weird thing about smiling. Smiling is political now, but it's okay for the character to. I like it when girl characters are tough. I like it when they're flipping around on roofs, kicking bad guys' butts, because superheroes are fine and silly, right? It's not supposed to be tactical, realistic CIA espionage. But don't have them waving like a turd under her face. Now, the actual first issue has nothing to do with whatever this character is. The actual first issue in this book is really, really good. And if you're a Batman Beyond fan, this is a really excellent little Batman Beyond story with Terry McGinnis, with old Bruce Wayne. It mostly centers around Dana. And my impression of Dana from the TV series is most of her character seems to be yelling at Terry when he shows up late to a date because he's secretly Batman. And this is also an issue that's pretty much the fallout from some giant battle sequence I haven't read, yet it completely gets me invested, gets me caught up with everything. So you should, Batman Beyond, Batgirl Beyond. This was so good. I've only read this first issue so far. I'd almost say if you can get it cheap, if you can get it for like $5, it might be worth it just for this great issue, especially if you're a Batman Beyond fan. I won't speak to yet, whatever that's going to be. All right, so Dana, like number one, she's always like dancing and asking Terry McGinnis to take her to dances in Batman Beyond. So they do this cool thing where they explain the importance of dance and music to her. By the way, writer's Adam Beecher, penciler's Peter Nguyen, inker is Craig Young. Art style, I call it solid. Like they do a lot of like simple shortcuts and like empty spaces, but it's kind of got like a cool, sleek, stylish look to it. I think the Batman Beyond show, they do lots of cool things with techno colors, actually like even brighter and more, what would be the word? Abstract or stylistic departure from reality in Batman Beyond. Like they'd have him be green and Dana be green, but everyone else would be purple, so that those two would pop forward. The important characters would always pop forward. So you've heard my review. Go get it. Spoiler. Okay, you got it? All right, so Dana's brother Doug has become a terrorist. He's like murdered a bunch of people. And it sounds like he's either dead or they're putting him in the electric chair or something. Something bad is going down. And Dana just has like this really heartfelt inner monologue where she thinks about the importance of music to her. She thinks about, she feels guilt and wonders if she's responsible for what her brother did. Could she have done more? Did her family help drive her brother? This is really human. Like, the kid we raised went off and murdered a bunch of people. What did we do? And everything's broken and everything feels terrible. And she looks cute. And so there's some like really sweet things, like her father is like a really, type A, hard-boiled type of guy. But he would like sacrifice for his family, but he has a hard time communicating. So maybe that's what created like the toxic atmosphere for her brother. Or was he just a monster? Was he just evil and his upbringing had nothing to do with it, and she has no closure? In the midst of all of this, she hints that she wants to talk to Terry McGinnis and Bruce Wayne about Batman. And Terry McGinnis has like this great comeback line to it. I laughed out loud. She laughed in the story, and it made sense because I laughed while reading it. I just read it in the voice actor who voiced Batman Beyond's voice. This is the Terry McGinnis character. He's Batman, he's cool, but he has this kind of really youthful, young, fun, not edge. He feels like your big brother. That's not a very good drawing, but Terry McGinnis feels like your big brother, and the writing of this really nails that part of him. I just love that Dana just literally put two and two together, that Terry disappears whenever Batman Beyond shows up, and Batman Beyond knew her name, which he shouldn't be able to know. And then it kind of closes with this tragic irony where her brother, the murderer, becomes the donor to save Bruce Wayne's life. That's really sweet. And then she says, "I love you, Terry. I love you, Dana." Awesome. So it actually, Dana was kind of a forgettable character to me when I was watching Batman Beyond as a kid. I was more of a Max guy. I actually thought they were going to get him and Max together because she just had so much personality and she was so fun. But Max is a great character too, who doesn't even show up in this one. But it seemed like she was more into helping Batman than dating Batman. So I actually like that they're kind of building Dana's character a little bit and helping me like the character of Dana more. It's a great Batman Beyond adventure story. So, despite the facial expression, I kind of like actually having the bat symbol become shoulder pads. But everything about this is saying, "Don't buy me." It's okay for her to have a normal human expression. That's not... I have cockroaches. Cockroaches everywhere in my apartment, and my life is falling apart. And I'm disgusted with myself, and I'm disgusted with... I don't know who said this. One of my friends on Twitter said, when you have a character doing this, what it evokes is like a spoiled brat girl demanding candy in the aisle store. It doesn't say, "I'm tough and I'm going to kick your butt." It's the, "I want a doll. You owe me. I'll hate you forever." Firmness, strength is quiet. It's dignified. It's mature. And yeah, it's true. I don't know. I'm not one of these weirdos who thinks that gender doesn't matter. I think it does matter, just not in the way people think it does. Like, if you had a male character doing this, it'd still be off-putting. But I think the fact that it's a girl doing it maybe adds to it, because girl superhero characters should be fun. They need to find medium. Terry McGinnis, he's a fun guy. Damn it, she's a fun girl. Max has bright pink short hair. She's black, and she's a real character. She goes through addiction. She adds something. She struggles. Good grief, I love Batman Beyond. Oh, 10 minutes? That was by accident this time. I wasn't even like bleep posting trying to get to 10 minutes. All right. Despite not having Terry McGinnis, these two are worth getting. Some good Tim Drake stuff. Really good first issue. I'm going to keep flipping through this one, and I'll probably do like an issue-by-issue review of Batgirl Beyond. I'm #1 Marmaduke fan. I love you guys. Say no to drama, and I'll catch you later.